Alright guys, this is going to be part 2. We're going to be working with making a character or using a character inside of our zombie survival template. So instead of using the standard characters that are in there, we're going to change them out for our own. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to decide which character I want to change out. So I'm going to go to single player. I'm probably going to start with the yellow character. So what I do there is I'll open my HGT folder, characters, and child characters is going to be where all the character classes are for that. So I'm going to be working with the yellow character, so I'm going to open that up. And if you guys have a character you want to use from the asset store, now's the time to put that in there. I'm just going to pick one at random here in my library. I probably have a survivor. Maybe I'll do 2 characters. I'll do this one and this one. There's survivor and survivor girl. So what you do is you add to project. We're going to use ZST tutorial. That's your project, or whatever you named yours. I'll add the girl as well. We'll do 2 real quick. So we'll add them in. We'll wait for those to add in. And I'm going to open that back up. And in the yellow character folder, this is going to be where it assigns the yellow mesh to the character. You're probably not going to want these, so you can delete these off. So yeah, I'm just highlighting this and pushing delete and doing the same thing here. And compile and save. Alright, now that character's not yellow anymore, but we're not going to have this character anyway for long, so I'm just going to minimize this here. Go back to my content folder, and we'll see the survivor characters here. So I click on survivor, and in your character you're going to want to find the mesh. So I haven't used this before, so I'm just going to take a look. Probably merge mesh. And you're looking for the pink colored skeletal mesh. And what you do with that, if it's rigged properly to the Epic Skeleton, and I think this one is you right click on it. Mine's probably going to take a second to compile shaders. And then you go to skeleton, assign skeleton, and I type in UE4. And it'll bring up your HGT skeleton here. So you'll see the path is HGT, characters, and click accept. And it's going to add 2 extra bones, that's fine. Click OK. And we wait for that to compress the animations. And then we click save all. And save all these. And then we select our skeletal mesh of our character again. We go back inside of our character yellow, click on the mesh here, then we're going to push this little arrow button and that'll put our character in there. That's all we have to do for that. Click compile and save again. And I'm also going to want the other character. I know we have a survivor girl. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to her mesh folder. There's her full body one here. So we're looking for the pink one. Right click it. Probably has to compile for a second. Just waiting. And it does. Just takes a second. Skeleton. Assign skeleton. You can also do it this way as well, where you can take her skeleton. You can delete it. And then where it says to choose a different skeleton, you can just type in UE4 here and select the HGT skeleton and replace it. Click OK. And this will do the same thing. Just click save. This may even be cleaner because then you're not sorting through different skeletons when you're searching for them. So then I'm going to see which other character I'm going to switch. So we have the yellow, and I'm going to do the orange. So she's going to be the orange character. So I go back to the content folder, HGT, go into my characters, child characters, and the orange one, I think it was. So I'm going to do the same thing with the orange character, go into the construction script. Going to delete these colors off. Actually, I'm going to show you what it looks like if I don't delete these. So what if I go to my mesh? You'll see that it's that orange character. And down here, I click on this. Actually, I don't have it selected, so Survivor Girl. Survivor Girl. Missing bones. It's going to add in the bones. It's probably the 2 eye bones, so we got to click save. Save the skeleton. So save all. It's going to save everything. And I'm just going to recompile that. Compile and save. And you'll see, because I didn't remove those colors from the construction script, right here, she is all orange. So I will select these and delete them off. Compile, save again. And now she's good. Alright, so she is good to go. And if I click play, single player, select my character yellow, I have my character for him. If I select my character for orange, it's now her. So if I start the game, you'll see I now have him as my character. Looks great. So also, if we want to change the icons for these characters, there's a couple ways you can do it with Photoshop and stuff, but I'm going to do it the quick way. So what I do is I usually bring up the character. I will pick this guy. I'll find a picture of him or a close-up like this. Click print screen. Open up the old paintbrush. And I'm going to select the area where he is. So I'll just do this real quick. So I'll select this. Control C. File new. Don't save. And now we have a profile picture for him. I'm going to save as. It'll save it as a PNG. So I'm going to call it Survivor. Or what color is he? Yellow character. Icon. I'll save it on desktop for now. Then what I like to do is I like to go into my content folder whenever I'm making a new project, and I'll make a working folder, and I usually put everything inside of here. So working folder, and you can make whatever folder you want. I'm going to call mine textures, and I usually put all my images in here. Right click, import, and I'm going to import this here, which is his image. Then a quick way of replacing the yellow character's images, because you'll see there's a couple spots where that image is. So if I go into select character, the image is here. And if I start the game, there's an image down where the 500 points is as well. So to save time, I'm going to replace those entirely in the project. So I go inside a HGT folder. I think it's in textures here too. Character images. I find the yellow and I delete it. And then I replace reference with, what did I call it? Yellow character maybe? Yellow character icon. Replace reference. Click OK. Click save. And then if I play game again, I select character, it's already there. I start the game and it's also down where the 500 points is. So that's just takes care of a bunch of steps so you don't have to change it out in the UI. I'm going to do the same thing for the female character, just so you guys get an idea of what I'm doing. We'll take you through slow. So we go Survivor Girl, print screen, and then we copy this in, select her, Control C. We're just doing this really quick. Make a new one. And file, save as. And she was orange. Character icon. We'll save her. And then we are going to find the orange, or no, we're going to import her into our working folder, textures. Right click, import. Import her image as well, save all. Then go back to the HGT folder, go to textures, character images, and orange. And I'm going to delete the orange. And then I'm going to replace it with orange character icon, replace the reference, OK, save. And then she should be in here as well, right there. Alright, so we have her in there. Start the game. And it works just fine. That looks great. Aside from her hand, which we're going to fix later on, there's a couple ways we can fix it. Probably the easiest is to turn on the IK. I'll show you that later on, but I'll also show you how to adjust the gun. That almost looks like a socket would correct it. So, alright. So the other characters, I may probably only make one more character in this to show you how I would really do it with a nice looking character, but for now this is looking great. So we get our characters. I'm going to select him for a second, take a look. He looks okay. That's fine. So I'm just using Alt and panning around so I can see the character. So he's looking pretty good. Alright. So yeah, that's pretty much it for adding your own character in. And the next thing we're going to be working with is some of the zombie stuff. So I will add a zombie in next and we'll go from there. Make it our own.